Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all having a good lunchtime or whatever you're up to. Welcome to Matic TV. This is the Transfer Bollocks show, midday, as always, through the week, bringing you all the transfer speculation, transfer bollocks mainly. That's why we've called it this show. We're not taking it to heart. We're not taking it too seriously. We're just taking it as it is, and we're making a laugh and joke about whatever stupid rumours come along with it. Anyway, big story this week. It's not so much a big story. I'm bringing this one up because this one isn't bollocks. This one is reality, and that is what is going on with our ownership, the Glazers. The Glazers have been speaking again this week, and well, basically they're saying that we are going to be spending money. Manchester United can compete with any club in the world for any player or any wage. Well, we know about the wages. We know we'll compete with anyone for them because we give stupid money out for wages. In terms of paying actual fees, buying players, can you really, honestly, as a Glazer, say that we can compete with the rest of the world? Because I don't think we can. It's as simple as that. Honestly, I don't think we can. I want to get your opinions on that as well. I hope you're all enjoying the Euros, and we're going to touch on the impact of what that is having on our squad at the moment as well very shortly, because there are some things going on in the Euros which I would say are not helping United a lot, really. Some good things, but we're not getting... we're not coming out of it very well at the moment. Maybe Bruno tonight will actually change that. I'll be looking forward to seeing Bruno play for Portugal tonight. And actually, before we get into the nitty-gritty of all of the transfer speculation and everything else going on, just wanted to quickly shout out to the sponsors again. Guys, I've just got a little bit of a screen share for you here, just so you can see exactly how it all goes down. This is the actual site, so you can pan across to whatever it is. The one on this channel at the moment, obviously, is the Bruno Fernandes shirt, which we're just going to dive into now. I mean, all you have to do is click on this one as it is there with your arrow. Click on it. Simple as it takes you down into another menu, and you just buy your tickets, upload the promo code, which is MADRED10. But also on this website as well, guys, you can use my promo code for anything else which is on here. And if you scroll up, you've got UFC stuff there as well, which you can just use a promo code for if you're a UFC fan. Cash prizes, scooters, everything is there. Also on there is a Patrice Evra shirt. So this one right here that's now in black, competition winner's choice, Ashley Cole or Patrice Evra. You get to choose whichever montage you want. It's signed, authenticated by the man himself, Patrice Evra. So if you're a United fan, £2.95 a ticket. There's only 65 available. That's just come online. Now, that's a quick fire sale one, guys. So if you want to jump on that, use the promo code as well on that. That's bringing your ticket price right down. 65 available. If you buy a few of them tickets, short on your odds, get on it, guys. Get on it. But that's that. Thank you to them, as always, for sponsoring the show. But like I said, guys, just wanted to show you that there, exactly how it works and how it all breaks down if anyone was confused. But all in prizes, you can bid for anything you want with the promo code from this channel, which is MADRED10. So go for it. Fill your boots. And like I said, there's all sorts of different prizes there. So not all football related, but you may be into other sports as well. Go for it, because we have got some good boxing prizes on there as well that do come up from time to time. But thank you for them. And let's get that Bruno Fernandes shirt sold, guys. Let's get on it, and hopefully someone from this channel will win. On the prize side of things, the winner, the competition winner for the Marcus Rashford montage has received their prize. I don't know if you drop down into the description. My Twitter feed is there. I have tweeted it out there. The prize winner has got their prize. Absolutely chuffed to bits that it made it there in one piece and everything is good. And hopefully we can do more of that stuff on the channel as well. Like, share and subscribe as always, guys, if you want to be involved in that. Everything helps the channel. Getting into what is going on with United now. So the Glazers have come out and spoken. We can spend, we can compete with wages, price tags, transfer fees with the best in the world. Well, we all know that that isn't true with Manchester United. One side of it, like I said just a minute ago, is the wages side. We compete with everyone. Actually, we blow everyone out of the water. We're the third highest paid squad in world football, and we're not that good. So yeah, I do believe them when it comes down to actual wages and us being right up there with the best. That is a definite. But what else? What else? Well, they're coming out with that and backing it out by saying we are freezing ticket prices again for the 10th year in a row. Let me just break down what freezing season ticket prices is. Yeah, they can say on the front of it that they've frozen season ticket prices, but what that realistically means is when you actually go to the ground, the prices for everything else are skyrocketing. So everything has gone up. Programs, food, drinks, everything has just absolutely gone through the roof at Manchester United. Shirt prices, they're not coming down. That's where they get a big chunk of their money. So season ticket prices, yeah. And let me tell you about something about Manchester United season tickets. When they break it all down in terms of league and who actually has the most expensive season tickets in the league, and people go on, oh, Arsenal fans get robbed for all their money. They get robbed for how much they're paying. Look at what they're paying compared to United. At least United are actually still cheaper than Arsenal and playing better brand of football. Well, Arsenal's season ticket prices include cup games as well. Manchester United's don't. And believe me, the prices for them tickets, they don't stay the same. They fluctuate and go up and down depending on the competition and who we're playing. So they can say all they want about freezing season ticket prices. We just know that that isn't the case. It's not what is happening. It's a small side of it, which makes it look good, and it makes them come out with comments and statements like they have done, saying the 10th year that we've not raised season ticket prices, having absolutely none of it. And for me, I'm just not listening or paying any attention to that, because I'll tell you right now, I rang the football club to try and renew my season ticket because the automated setup that we've got on the Manchester United website at the moment to renew your season ticket is straightforward. Pay in full for the whole season, no other option. I can't afford that right now, and honest. And right now, my season ticket is for next season is in jeopardy because I can't afford to pay that all out right now with everything. Like I said, it's well known that I've had a lot going on recently outside of football and everything, and like everyone, purse strings are tight, and we're just looking to try and save money where we can. But when I went on to try and renew my season ticket, there was only one option, and that is pay in full, and nothing else was there. Pay in full or you don't get your season ticket. You have until the 30th of June to renew your season ticket. I can't afford to do that. So I rang the club, went through to try and speak to someone regarding this in terms of, is there any payment plans, which they always do and always have done. Can someone, one of my mods, just sort these absolute cretins out in the comment section while I'm trying to talk, please? If anyone is in there, please just deal with these clowns, because it's just irritating me. So let me just try and... it's because of the delay on YouTube. Sorry, guys. Right, let's just get back to it. So, yeah, I rang them up straight through to automated messaging. Please select the callback option when prompted and we will ring you back. This was a week ago. Still no phone call back. I will try again today. And hopefully I'll be able to get through. Because like I said, guys, I don't think I'll be going back to Old Trafford unless they offer me a payment plan option. It's just my situation and a lot of other people's situations at the moment. They just want the money up front so they can do what they want with it and play around with it. And fair enough, if we go back to football and we can't have full capacity, the fans that don't get to go because of that will be refunded straight away. But still, you know what I mean? You want to be able to have an option. You want to be able to afford to go and watch your football club. And right now, I'm just being completely priced out of it. Absolutely priced out of going back to United, because I can't afford to pay that much money up front right now. It has to go on my business. It has to go on my family. And right now, I feel like I'm going to end up losing my season ticket the way it's going, because they've got no intention of ringing me back and would rather me not be there and someone else come in and just pay full whack, some newcomer. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. So if you want to believe in frozen season ticket prices and think the Glazers are doing good and this football club is trying to look after the fans, then, well, I would just reserve judgment on that. I myself will reserve judgment. If they do come back to me and offer me a plan, fair enough. But in terms of where I'm at right now, I don't see it, and I'm struggling, honestly, to even get to what they want in terms of paying it outright. Okay, guys, seriously, if you've got all the time in the world to troll the way you are, then I don't know. I've got absolute sadness in some of these people. Let's just drown out the spammers in the comment section, guys. Let's get some genuine messages up and let me know what you think about everything that we're talking about right now. It's been Sheffield Paddock fall for it all day. Every bunch of cretins. Yeah, mate. I mean, the big fan channels out there on social media at the moment. You know what? It's just not the same anymore. It's not fans channels. It's not fan channels. Fan cams will end up. I don't think they'll end up carrying on. I really don't, and I don't think they've got any loss in not doing them. And people will say that they are good. Yeah, some of the content is great, but right now, in terms of where I am at and how I look at it and how the club is being run and what we're getting back from it, it's just my opinion on it. This is my channel. This is what I think about it. And if you don't like it, then start off. I don't care. But this is exactly what's happening right now. Getting into it, though, let's get back into what is going on right now. So we've got money to spend, apparently, according to the Glazers. We will see. We will see, because let's be honest, we had the money to spend on Jadon Sancho last summer. We had the 80 million bid that went in, that was short. So we know that money's there. And we also know that we've got whatever we generated this year. Maybe not a lot because of the losses and we're having to balance the books because with no fans there. We understand that. But we did get Champions League money. We did get to the final of the Europa League. So there is a bit of pot there. We also know that Inter Milan are having to pay us a big chunk of the Lukaku money this summer. Whether or not that comes through with everything that's going on and the issues at Inter Milan, I don't know. But let's be honest, we have got money to spend now on transfers. And the players that we're looking at, Jadon Sancho, pretty much done deal. We all know about that. We're not going to get too much into that. It's what's left. Declan Rice now looks like he's been completely priced out of the market. And if he plays through the whole of the Euros, and this is what I meant before by how much the Euros are impacting Manchester United, this is another one. Because all these players that we know are good are now going to go to the Euros. Some will, some won't, and have an absolute stormer. And already we're seeing exactly what's going on with Declan Rice. West Ham are just going, he's going to start every game. We know he's going to start every game. We've got an easy-ish enough group. And if England go far, Declan Rice looks good. The price is just going to skyrocket. Simple as. We know it will. It's inevitable. Then we look at players like Ruben Neves, for instance. Cheaper option. It does look like we have now got a set price for Ruben Neves. It was rumoured it was 35 million a couple of weeks ago. I know Alien was pointing him out. I mean, he's another Portuguese player, another serial winning mentality attitude. I mean, just look at the Portuguese players and what they do to teams when they go in. I'm not just bigging up the Portuguese because we've been lucky with some of the Portuguese players we've had, but look at what they do. Look at the influence they have on the teams. They're big players. Look how much they influence the teams that they're in, or when they just make a transfer to a team. Look at Bruno Fernandes with United, for instance. Without him this season, past all the absolute idiots who don't rate him, don't think he's had an influence. 95 chances created. Sit back down. It's as simple as that. If we could finish our dinner, yep, maybe we'd finish a little bit higher. But look at the influence that he's had. And then you move across. Look at the likes of Pepe at the back, Real Madrid. serial winner, win at all cost mentality. Ronaldo, say no more. We don't even have to go into that. Little ones, look at Jota. And when he went and got injured at Liverpool this season, look at the impact that these guys have. They have the mentality, that winning mentality. It seems to be born and bred in them. And right now, there's a player there, and yeah, he's playing at Wolves, and has gone a bit stale at Wolves, but we now see why. But I've seen this guy up close playing, and I think for 35 million, he's twice the player that Fred and McTominay are. He's got an end product. He can pass the ball. He's snappy. He's good in the tackle. And like Bruno Fernandes, yeah, they may be slime balls. They may die. They may win you fouls. They may cheat the system a little bit. But if you want to win the league, they're the types of players that you need. And people will say, yeah, it's a Wolves player. But at his age and the qualities that he's shown, is this not a player that we could then make even better? Is this not another young Ronaldo-esque type of player? Martinho, I mean, come on. These Portuguese players have got something. Let's just go into it. Pepe at the back. Diaz at City. Player of the year. 1 season. Felix, Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid. Outstanding. The influence. They've just won their first league title in years. The influence that these players have, the mentality, the winning mentality that they have, is just, it's on another level. And I think that now, if United are clever, we should be going down that angle right now. So if you buy in a Sancho, you can easily go and get a proven Premier League player in Ruben Neves for a decent price at a young age, and he'll still have sell-on. He'll still have sell-on value as well, the age that he is. I just think it's a no-brainer right now. The jury may be out. Some people don't rate Neves. They won't look past Wolves. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it going, right, he's in this Portuguese squad. He's a favourites for the Euros. He's better than McTominay. He's better than Fred. He's young. And let's be honest, we will see. I hope he does play for Portugal and we see what he's like playing with better players. Because I've personally seen this guy up close. I think he would be a good buy for United. I was looking more towards Rice personally at the start. Looking at the way it's going, now seeing that England look solid, look good with him in it, I just feel like he's going to get completely priced out. I'm not paying 100 million for Declan Rice. Not happening at all. So that leaves us what? If we go in for a Neves, Sancho, 100, 110, 120 million right there, done and dusted. Yeah. Then we've got to get rid of Lingard. That's some money back. We have to sort out what's going down with Martial. If that story's real or not, I don't know. But I just feel like Neves would be a decent signing for what we need. He plays the position we want. He gets up and down the pitch. He's got an end product. He can pass the ball. He can tackle. I mean, it's another logical thing for United to do. But we all know logical stuff for United. But are they gonna surprise us? My issue is, and I said it again, the Euros are here. Neves as a stormer. Price goes through the window. We're not quick enough to act. We could have got deals in place and deals done. We know what Neves is in the Premier League. If he has a stormer now, and he may not, but if he has a stormer now playing alongside better players, then United are just going to get priced out of it again. And that comment from the Glazers about us being able to compete with the best and the biggest clubs in the world just goes exactly where I thought it would, which is down in that bin right there. It's a load of bollocks, is what it is. So why not go now when the price is right? It just makes common sense to me. But guys, let me know what you think. Let's get through a few of your comments in here. Big Ron says Neves would be a good addition. Dead right, mate. Dead right. Neil Driscoll, Adam, I am better than McTominay and Fred. So are you. Be 64 in July. Yeah. Wait, did you guys see how McTominay played the other day? Oh God, it wasn't the best again. It wasn't. Shout out to Lindelof, who had a decent game last night. I mean, I thought the keeper and Olsen were better. I think Lindelof got it because of his name. I don't know why he got man of the match. I thought the others were a lot better, but credit to him still, though. An all right game, but let's be honest, a Spanish team with small players like that passing in front of him is ideal for Lindelof and how he defends and his capabilities. So let's just leave that one there and see how they do in the rest of the tournament. But well done for that one. Who are you? Sorry, Who do you think we need? Says Z. Mate, exactly that. I understand Sancho. I wouldn't have gone for him first. I've made that quite clear. I think holding midfield, for me, would be our #1 priority. We're about to blow pretty much 3/4, if not nearly all of our budget on Sancho. And I would give anything to not be watching McTominay and Fred next season. I really would. And the reason I've said this before in other transfer videos, it's like Anthony says there, Bissouma would be perfect. We don't know. Bissouma's had one season in the Premier League. Neves now is established a few seasons in for me. I would go with Neves ahead of Bissouma. It's up for debate, I know, but Bissouma has to deal with Manchester United. He has to be able to adapt. I've said it before, Ollie's not got time for players to come in and adapt. He needs to have players ready-made now. It's been reported by a few media outlets and journalists now that United are looking for ready-made first-team players, which is right. I agree with that completely. Bissouma, I still don't think Ollie would play him ahead of Fred and McTominay. I really don't. I really, really don't. But when you've got someone like Bruno Fernandes shouting out about Neves and the proven, and Ollie's seen what Neves has done up close in person, how he's destroyed us many a times. I just feel like Neves has gone stale at Wolves because they're not going anywhere. I feel like he's a player, if you took him to a better club, I think he would thrive. I really do. I think he would be a lot better with better players around him. I really do. Bissouma, I've got no doubt, will be a good player, but I want to judge him after next season. Second season sort of syndrome, you know what I mean? When he gets figured out, the expectation levels go up and he has to perform it again. It's all right first season, the unknown and everything like that. Everyone breaks through, it's great, but it always gets harder. I want to see Bissouma next year. And we could make a mistake again and not strike now while the iron's hot and end up having to pay more. I understand that. I just don't think we're in a position now to go, he's the one who's going to come in and dislodge Fred and McTominay and take us to that next level. I think Neves is a more established and is, I would say, more ready to join the United ranks. Because, you know what I mean? Look at the squad that he's playing with and training with in Portugal right now. That is a different league. That is probably one of the best squads in Europe right now. And he's there in that. So for me, I would go with Neves over Bissouma. I don't know what you guys think. Let's get a few more comments. Mahmoud says there's so many cheaper and better foreign players, but United never seem to go for them. It's always Brexit tax. Do you know what? On that one, mate, I've mentioned this before. I've said United need Premier League proven players. That doesn't mean they have to be English, British players. I know what you mean by that. It does look that way. Unless they are players that Ollie can get through to, it doesn't seem to go for the harder option. You could say Cavani as a difference to that, but we didn't have to pay for Cavani. It's a free hit. And to be honest, Cavani's at an age now where he's not looking to get any better. He already knows where he is and how good he is. He's at the end of his career. He's playing at Manchester United. So for me, I don't think he falls into that mold. But everyone Ollie has bought so far has been below him, if that makes sense. The sort of people he knows that will listen to him. He doesn't take on the challenge. He already got rid of Sanchez and Lukaku because of that. Because they probably did kick up a stink and challenge him. So for me, I think he's only going to go for players that are sort of that ilk, young enough to come in, like Sancho, to come in under him and say, look, hopefully they're going to listen to me, they're going to take on board. I do think he needs his backups coaches to help him out with this, Ollie. I really do. I don't, for some reason, I can't see him doing it, though. As stupid as it sounds, I just don't see him doing it. He's been there 3 years now and not shifted anyone in terms of, or changed anything in his backroom staff or coaching staff. So is he going to do it this summer? I don't know. I feel like this is his last one to prove it. And for me, Neves fits the bill. The Brexit tax thing, I know what you mean by that. Hopefully he goes for someone like Neves. You know what I mean? I do hope that he listens to the likes of Bruno, listens to players with experience in the Premier League who've played against him. I'm sure they will all be saying exactly the same thing. He's a difficult player to play against. You want that on your team. And I think he's got the time and ability to get better. Better under Ollie? I don't know, but he's young enough to be around even for when Ollie leaves. So an investment, yes. Common sense and a good buy at that price. I do think that that is perfect for this football club right now. That's the way I feel. Nice to see you too, Chandere. Hey Adam, can you give me a shout out? There you go. Let's see. Looks like Varane going to other clubs, so we need a centre back onto centre back as well. It also does look like we are sending Mengi back to Derby as well now. So that's another player that could have come in, possibly. But then again, he rolls into that mold of player that I said Ollie can't really take a risk on. He needs established players now to add to what he played with last season. So Mengi, I think another season on loan at Derby isn't going to hurt him. I don't think it will. I think he's probably okay. He's at the right age. Unfortunately, he got that injury last year, so it sort of hampered his loan spell. But if he goes back again, I'm not too fussed about that. I would like to see him in the team getting a chance, but I understand where we're at right now. Season we're coming into definitely needs ready-made players, and we need to hit the ground running. So I just feel like Mengi, another season on loan, not the worst thing in the world. But centre-back now, Varane looking like he's pushing more towards PSG. Makes sense. Big wage, home country. I mean, Zakaria there, man, only 30 million, underrated CDM. And Mary said it the other day. Keane's brought it up. I think Owen as well. Tim, everyone spoke about this kid. He is a good player. Again, do I see Ollie going for him? I don't. I really don't. I just don't see him. He's weird. He's hard to figure out, Ollie, because he looks at players that we're just not even looking at. He's so obvious to predict in the fact that everything that looks clear never happens for us. You'd have thought he would have been a good buy for United. But like I've said on previous videos numerous times before, especially on these transfer videos, Ollie's now got himself into a spot where he's got no more time left. He has to have a reaction now. He has to have a win this season. He needs to improve on last season. The team as it is now isn't going to, because the teams below United from the league table from last season are going to be better, and we won't be unless we buy ready-made players to come into that squad. We've got no time to mould players in right now. Maybe he'll buy himself some grace by finishing well this season, and then we can buy the likes of a Basuma, Zakaria. I mean, I think Zakaria, I'm thinking right, he's into his last year of his contract as well. Another player who's just going to skyrocket in price unless you act quickly. Fletcher is scouting McGinn. It's not an upgrade to McFred. Oh, God, I know. Oh. If there was one player out there you would have said Fletcher would have gone for straight away, it's someone like McGinn in that Scotland squad, isn't it? Oh, God. If Fletcher's left alone with everything, he probably will bring in that whole... we'll probably end up with Dykes up front as well next season if Fletcher was in complete control. But I don't know. Let's get through a few more comments here, guys. Let me know what you think. Bring up anything you want to talk about, guys, as well. I'm just going to get through a few of these messages now. Why are we going all out for Sancho? I mean, he's a great player, but what happened to Diallo? We need a CDM. Mate, you're just singing off my hymn sheet there, mate. I said that. People are saying, look, we're getting Sancho cheaper. 20 million less than what he was last summer. Well, no. You bought Diallo for 30 million. So add that to it, because you've got a player there now who probably won't play because Sancho's coming in. Am I wrong? I don't think so. Adam, your thoughts on Partey was going to be one of the fix our midfield, but you can't even fix Arsenal. So maybe it's to do with trust. Partey set off like a steam train. The injury didn't help him, quite clear. And in the end, it looked to me like he was sort of deluded with, just lost what he originally came for. It's like he lost interest in Arsenal. It sort of didn't click, and he didn't know where. It's hard to. But from the outside, it looked like he was just lost with what was going on in the project, and he wasn't fully on board. It's weird because he set off really well. He basically did us. We couldn't score a goal against Arsenal this season. It was mainly down to him. He was absolutely immense. I can remember at Old Trafford. Need to challenge Chelsea and City squad depth spend yet? Joseph says, Adam, have you heard from Ricky? Worried he hasn't been on social media for a while. He hasn't, no. And you know what? In fact, I'll give him a quick message after I finish this, guys, and see where he's at. But I have spoke to him. I know he was suspended on Twitter for something, but I will find out because he's not put anything on his channel either recently. Keane's in the house. McGinn is better. He's much better than McTominay and Fred, but shouldn't be first option. Agree with that completely. Good to see you too, Rasmus, mate. She said, Mahmood says, Neves can play in midfield, pivot, and collect the ball off the back four and carry it forward and put passes in behind, etc. Like how Michael Carrick used to do for us. He'd be amazing for us. At that price, mate, that's pretty much what I was shouting out there. I know Alien 10 bigged up this as soon as it came. It came onto the speculation radar that Neves could be a possibility. I've liked him when I've seen him play. I just like his attitude. Horrible. That's them players that you want in your team. Let's see. Rasmus. There's my man, Football Capital. I love to see United go for Sol Niguez. Yeah, mate, you're singing off Owen's hymn sheet there on that one, mate. Sol Niguez. I said it before, anyone to come in from outside the Premier League for Ollie right now, because I think he needs ready-made Premier League players to compete. It has to be of the highest quality. Do you rate Niguez to be in that bracket? A lot do. Very tidy player, but can he come straight in and hit the ground running? I know that's the same question with everyone, but you know there's a better chance of someone adapting to a new club if they come from the same league. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying this is what the situation Ollie's put himself into. Because if we're going to back Ollie, then we know what Ollie needs. I know what he needs. He hasn't got time to sort of bring a player in and let him come through and get used to it. He hasn't got that time, because if he has a shocker of a start to next season, you know what's coming. You know the pressure's going to be on. Kevin says, Adam, I understand the rush for a CDM to get rid of McFred, but we should only be using the CDM in the bigger games and using Donny next to Pogba in the lesser games. Well, this all comes down to tactics, mate. Formations. It doesn't have to be two holding midfielders. We don't need a double pivot. So to answer that question, mate, you're right, but also it could just be one. And then utilize another one of the forward players in a different formations, because he's so rigid in that 4-2-3-1 that it's like, oh, we have to have two. There has to be someone next to someone else. No, we can have one, yeah, and then we can bring in a Donny further up the pitch to utilize his qualities better. That's how I see it. But you're right, mate. I understand what you're saying. You're totally right, Kev. Also, it doesn't have to be 4-2-3-1 every single week. And we have to buy our players around that formation. That just looks like what we're doing, because everyone's talking about the right-hand side of our attack being shot, and that's why we need Sancho so much. Well, no. It's because we play the same formation every single week that we're so used to seeing that flaw in our team that we're all thinking now Sancho's a definite. I don't think so. You could easily revert to a 4-4-2. I know, not the old-fashioned one, but you can adapt it. We can go wide in possession, drop it to a diamond when we're out of possession. It's easily adaptable, but this is what I'm talking about. There is no change. There's no change in formation. There's no change in tactics to make us think otherwise in terms of we don't need Sancho. Well, right now, under Ole, it looks like we do, because he's not going to change. Mix it up. you've got to have different tactics. You've got to have different formations. And you know what? Like you said there, Kev, for the lesser teams, maybe that is a formation change we could use. I just feel like a proper CDM can be there on his own. A proper CDM can play there in a 2 in the bigger games next to a Pogba or a Donny. But I don't think we need a holding midfielder every single time. I don't. You've got to change it. Glazer owners are the worst in football. Right up there. Kevin, you just pretty much answered what I just said then. No, I don't, mate. I really don't. Big Ron's in. Not sure some of the players we have suit our formation. Very true. Shoehorning players. Oh, my favourite saying, Ron, mate. I hate the way we do that. Shoehorning players need to be more flexible with how we line up. 100% correct. Big Ron, you nailed it with that one, mate. Exactly what I've been saying all season. Rashford has to play. But because we've got someone who is slightly better on one side, we have to move someone else out of another position and play Rashford there in his unnatural position. Come on. Seriously, just drop the guy. That then brings on the Ole haters saying he's got no balls. And you know what? From the outside, you can't really disagree with him because it looks like he's just not got it in him, or he's not got the kahunas to actually say to Rashford, on the bench today, son. Southgate did it. Out of everyone who's in that forward line, in that England starting line up against Croatia, they were all in better form than Rashford. So when I didn't see Rashford on the starting lineup, I went, yeah, I understand. Southgate's gone with what he thinks is right. In the end, it works. He played Sterling ahead of him, and Sterling gets man of the match. Not saying that Sterling was in better form because he was crap for City, but honestly, I just think Rashford has just been way off it for the last 3 months. And honestly, I thought he was lucky to be in the England squad. And that sounds harsh, I know, but it's reality at the end of the day. I love Rashford. He's got massive, massive potential. I feel like the comment that Big Ron just made there in terms of being shoehorned in and played when he shouldn't be being played is not helping him. It's like we have to solely rely on him. We don't. We've got other players. We don't have to play Bruno in every single game. You know what I mean? We don't have to play double pivot in every single game. Greenwood can play through the middle. Don't have to play on the right, shoehorning him in on the right again. He's taken to that position and he's looking good in it. Don't get me wrong, but when I've got a one-on-one situation, I'll tell you what, there's one man in our squad I want on the end of it above anyone else, and that's Greenwood. Cavani possibly, but Cavani misses chances. No one's got movement like Cavani, but I don't think anyone in our squad has got finishing like Mason Greenwood. And Cavani himself has actually come out and said that. Oh, yeah, so that's that forward line sorted out. We've put that to bed, guys. We've done that. We need this so much right now. AC Milan have put their first offer in to a loan offer for Darlow. I mean, my God, it's like we're just feeding the rest of Europe. It's crazy how we let him play against us in Europa League. We're going to do it again this year. If he comes up against us in the Champions League, I mean, another loan offer? No, you buy him or he comes back to United. Could he be the one to give cover? Some people have said yes. Some people have said no. He's a Marmite player again. How many of them players have we got at United? Some love him, some hate him. Man, it's like a whole squad worth of it. Martial, Rashford, Darlow, even Bruno, which is just ludicrous. Pogba the same. Maguire, nearly every single player apart from maybe Shaw. And some haters out for Shaw, but nearly every single United player, he's got half the fan base who like him and half the fan base don't. It is absolutely mental. But I'd say Cavani, everyone likes. Shaw, everyone likes. But you name me one player that the whole fan base loves. I know that everyone has favourites. Not everyone thinks that these players are the best. But still, for a club United size, who should be competing on a certain level, we should at least have a general consensus of certain players that are good enough for United. That just shows you where we are. Donny van der Beek, like Uma says there. Exactly. Some people don't think he's good enough. I mean, I personally don't think he's been given a chance. I don't think he's been given a chance in the first team. When he comes on, he's usually playing with the reserves or the second string, and people expect him to pull up trees. For me, it's unfair. I'm glad that Romano put them Donny van de Beek to Arsenal rumours to bed as well. Oh, can you imagine if we sold Donny van de Beek to Arsenal? And oh god, he just doesn't. Guys, over 200 people in the room here with us now. That's the record so far for the midday transfer show. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you are watching for the first time. Also, share it on your socials. One more thing we need to go over though, guys. I said the Euros in terms of impacting Manchester United. Yeah, it's good to be watching it, something different and that, but I can't help but feel like it's causing us more aggro than good. I'm looking at the Henderson injury now. He's been taken out of the England squad for a hip injury. Not good to being a goalkeeper, but you can add that to Donny van de Beek leaving the squad. Now we've got Henderson coming out. Maguire's there already injured. We know Rashford isn't 100%, but now we're looking at the goalkeeping situation in terms of this summer needs sorting. Henderson coming back. He's doing a Phil Jones. Transfer windows here. Injured. So now what happens? We've now got an injured goalkeeper who no one wants to buy. De Gea's come out and said he's in the dark about what's going on with him. How has this got to this stage? How have we not already got this organised? And now Henderson being injured has just thrown another spanner in the works, because if any suitors are looking at a goalkeeper, they would look at Henderson and go, yeah, brilliant. And by the way, I hope everyone heard what Jose Mourinho was talking about Henderson. Jose Mourinho, when talking about the England team, said he would play Henderson as number one, just from his experience with him in the youth system when he was at United. And he never played while he was, never played for Mourinho while Mourinho was at United. And that alone should tell you exactly what a player's attitude is. And Henderson's is top notch. It's a winning mentality. And one reason why I do like him. But I understand, and I've said this before, the situation, if one of them has to go, if it's De Gea who stays, it's De Gea who stays. I understand. If it's Henderson who has to go, he has to go. But now, look, you've got De Gea coming out. He can't get in the Spain squad. He's not even Spain's number one anymore. And you've got Henderson now who's injured. Injured, how can we sell an injured player? Does that mean he stays? How bad is this injury? Does he need an operation? Does that lower his price? Does that say to other clubs we can't take a risk on him, and then he's still there, and we've still got the disc? People would say that it's all happy days and the pictures and that, and they're both supporting each other as goalkeepers. Deep down, they're not. They want the number one spot. Whoever gets number one at United gets number one for their country. In Henderson's case, especially. But De Gea, right now, because of his form, and him not being solely number one, isn't Spain's number one goalkeeper anymore. There's Simon in goal now, and that's exactly what happens. So both of these goalkeepers need that number one jersey. They're at stages of their career where they want to be playing for England and club as the number one goalkeeper. It needs starting. Henderson being injured right now has just absolutely thrown it all up in the air. So where do United go from here? We don't know severity of the injury yet. It has just broke today. So that right now, I think, is probably added and has to be going to the top of the priority list. We need to find out what's wrong with Henderson, and the decision needs to be made on the goalkeeper, because we all know that Heaton's pretty much signed, sealed and delivered, all done and dusted. Romano has confirmed that. But what happens now with the big two? Because this has just absolutely thrown it right open. Samuel Capian with a super chat. Cheers for that, buddy. So 5 of our players in the Euros are all injured. United medical team is a joke. Mate, it's been a joke for a long time. Do you know what? I used to slag them off because we never had fit players and everyone always got injured. And you know what? It used to always gripe me about what Van Gaal did. Because whenever a player came back from injury, he made them train for 2 weeks before they came back into the first team and played first team football. I remember that. And he used to make sure that they were right before they came back in. It's gone completely the opposite way. That used to really annoy me when he did that. I thought, surely they don't need 2 weeks. maybe a little bit less, maybe a week to make sure. But now we're looking at a situation where they're just saying we can't afford to not have them on the pitch. And no matter what they've got injury-wise, and all of a sudden, yeah, you could say that Donny van der Beek's injury came while he was on duty at Holland, but no one's actually mentioned that it was an underlying issue that he's had while at United. We don't know. That's not been quashed yet. It could well be the case. And I know I'm shit-stirring and trying to make it sound bad. I'm not. But we don't know because Rashford himself said at the end of the Europa League final that a few of us players have been playing with injuries for the last few months, which is criminal on its own. So maybe he could have been Donny van der Beek. I don't know. Henderson's out now. Maguire still not fit. Why is he there? Why is he there? Is he going to be fit, match fit enough, ready to come into a knockout stage game with the importance that it's going to have on it for England? They're talking that he may scrape into the Czech Republic game. I just don't see why he's there. I really don't. He wasn't fit enough at the end of the season. This is an England issue with Maguire. I don't think they should have took him. He's not going to say no. No player would. He's going to convince himself that he can get back fit. And he's taking the place of another player. Guys, let me know what you think. Let's get some comments in. You don't always need to be number one to play for your country, Romero. But I mean, that's simply because Argentina's goalkeepers were shocking. But for our goalkeepers, mate, I think they both need to be number one to make it. I do, Mark. I think they both need to be number one at United. Otherwise, they won't be number one for their country. Henderson especially. And now we can see what's happening to De Gea. Since there's been the uncertainty at United about him being number one, he's lost his spot in the Spain squad. I don't see him getting it back, I'll be honest. I really don't. Nani says, cashing on Henderson, he will cause more problems later, will he? Imagine him demanding to play now at this stage. He should be demanding to play now. If he thinks he's good enough, then every player should be knocking on the manager's door. If you're at a professional if you're at someone like United, then you've got to be there for a reason. That's the whole mentality issue, isn't it? If you're happy to be there and around the squad and just earn a wage, then I don't want you. You would have been knocking on the manager's door saying, I want to be playing. I'm good enough to play for this football team. Get me in. That's what I want to see. So I don't want it that other way. I'm happy that he's kicking off now. But De Gea's had it too cozy for so long. And now he's being challenged. All of a sudden it's gone backwards. Yoa says, Adam Pogba digging Ollie out, saying play 4-2-3-1 and not changing formation and making me CDM when I need one to play better. I don't read into what players say anymore. I really don't. It's down to the manager to handle that situation now. Probably doesn't help with sometimes what he says, but these are the guys who are playing on the pitch. Pogba's been more successful for France than he has Manchester United. Simple. So surely as a manager, you would look at that a little bit at least and say, maybe I can copy that blueprint. You know what I mean? The managers don't just go out to watch certain players at these games. They're sat in the stands actually studying different formations and seeing what they can learn as well. If you're not willing to learn and adapt, then you're going to fail. So Fergie did it constantly. Changed it all the time. Some managers and men are just too stubborn. Big Ron says, should have kept Sam Johnston. No more goalkeepers, mate. I'm done with him. Nico says, Maguire is suddenly the best centre-back in England again. It's crazy. When a player's missing, mate, his value goes through the roof, doesn't it? It's ridiculous. I just want him back, fully fit, ready for the start of next season. I really could not care about England with Maguire. I think they're going to have to learn to be without him. And I would sacrifice England winning the major tournament as long as we got our players back fit. That's how I look at it. It's great for the country to win. I just think we've got enough to handle it without Maguire. I really do. Yeah, he's better than what's there at the moment, I think. But I think they've got enough fullbacks options. They've got. I just feel like don't bring him back in. Don't bring him back in. Starlord says Henderson will be one of the best goalkeepers in the world in about 5 years. I like that confidence. That sounds like Henderson himself. Robert, Ollie is poor, but Glazers are poorer. Get new owner and manager will be replaced in a jiffy. Yeah, true. Yeah, I see what you mean there, mate. If a new owner comes in, then Ollie will be gone straight away. Possibly, yeah. But we know these owners aren't going anywhere, mate. So it's down to Ollie to do something. Tommy and United's new number one. Don't, mate. Don't wind me up. I think we need the Glazers out. No, mate, BK. We need the Glazers out. There's no thinking about it. It's done. Any news on Sancho? Sancho, I think we all know he's pretty much done dusted. I think the fact that the bids are coming together so quickly this time, and there's not big gaps in between certain bids. I think because it's happening within the first week, they negotiated over the weekend as well. It's obviously awkward because of the Euros. We knew this. I think if there weren't any Euros going on, I think this deal might have been done in the first 2 weeks. But like again, this is why we do this show. We're saying all of this. It's all going on. Everyone looks comfortable and happy, but we've still not got the player. That's what it comes down to. He's still not a United player. He's still not holding that United shirt up, guys. So yeah, you know what I mean? Let's just take it with what it is, like we are going to do on this channel. From what I've read and what the people that have written it and the news coming out, I would say that Sancho is going to be done. I don't think United would let the name be dragged through another summer of embarrassment like last summer. And the fact that the Glazers have to react, that basically combined with Ole being able to get them Champions League 2 seasons in a row, securing all that sponsorship money and everything like that, they have to give him money. But in that and the way this summer's going, Ole's going to be creeping up then around just over 400 million spent in 3 years. So over 100 million a year with the players that he already had. So you tell me, is Ole under pressure this season? Because he inherited De Gea, Shaw. He inherited McTominay and Fred, whether you want to say that or not. He uses them all the time. Pogba. He had Rashford there. He had Martial there. He had Greenwood in the youth system. People are saying he's not been backed. Well over half of the team, you would say, are dead starters for United. We're already there when Ole came in. Added to that, after this summer's spend, which is going to come take him over 400 million mark, so just under $500 million that he spent in his first 3 years. You're telling me he's not under pressure this summer and this season? Oh, he has to provide, because he will get money this summer and he will have to produce the goods. It's as simple as that. He's under massive pressure. Guys, we are done. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone for tuning in again. And quickly, guys, don't forget, I've just brought up this here now. Again, this is the sponsor of the show today. There is the Bruno Fernandes shirt, but on this as well, if you go to Football Prizes page, you can see all of the other prizes that are on offer. And yeah, there's some other clubs you don't want to be interested in. There's the Bruno Fernandes shirt. Get onto that one, people. Use the discount code, 99 tickets available. But if you pan to the top as well, there are other prizes that you can use my promo code for and get discount. Right there, Patrice Evra, $2.95. Be even cheaper with my discount code. And there's only 65 available. That's going tonight, guys. So get onto that one. If you see there now, there's only 8 tickets sold out of 65. By that time, clock finishing, doesn't matter how many have sold, the prize goes. It has to go to the winner. So the draw will always be made. So get on it. Get onto Football Prizes. The link is in the description below under the Bruno shirt tag. Jump onto that. Get yourself a massive prize, because you don't have to just buy the United ones. There's the UFC prize there. There's boxing prizes, cash prizes, all sorts there. Get on it. They're sponsoring this video. They are sponsors of this channel. and moving forward, maybe they can help me out get this season ticket this season, because like I said at the start, it does look like I'm going to be without a ticket for next season because I cannot afford that Manchester United price, what they're offering. They're offering us no payment plans, and it is hard times at the moment. I have a lot more that I have to be putting my money into right now, so I'm hoping the club do come back to me. I'm still waiting. It's been a week since I've been on the callback list. And it's just the way the club work. I could easily just say, look, I've lost my season ticket because I'm not on board with the Glazers. I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon. It's nothing to do with that. It's the fact that I have to prioritise right now. So, you know what? Let's see what happens. I'll judge it by the end of June when the season tickets are up and we have to renew by, and let's see what they come back with. Hopefully, I'll still be there. But past that, I just want to say, again, massive turnout today. Biggest one for the midday transfer bollocks show. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. The comments have been bang on today as well. Super chats, all the mods. Guys, enjoy the football tonight. Best game so far tonight. Hungary, Portugal coming up. Germany, France. We get to see some United players finally. And some of the better players playing. It's been pretty low-key for United so far in this competition. But tonight we get to see them anyway. Guys, thanks for watching. Give the video a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you are watching for the first time. Don't forget to share the video on all of your socials and post your comments up when the video goes on YouTube. I will try, as always, to try and get back to as many messages as possible. But for now, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you soon. Stay tuned. I will tell you when the next video is coming as well on the community tags and the YouTube stories. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.